Okay, so this is fascinating to me. Your gut microbiome and your weight. You are not just feeding yourself, you're feeding your gut bacteria. What you eat affects that. Okay, weight is so much more about willpower or workouts or counting calories. You have trillions of bacteria and fungi living in your stomach, and without these, um, we, we probably couldn't like extract energy from food. Okay, but these little dudes, they influence our weight, our hunger signaling, and how we store fat, our cravings. They do. It's really, really cool. And it's still fairly new. So what makes it so fascinating is we don't really know. We're not experts in it yet. We're working on it. But what we think works, what works in rats, turns out not to work in us. But there was, okay, so what is your gut bacteria? It's bacteria and fungi that live in your intestines and in your stomach, okay? Everyone is unique. Everyone is unique. There's no two people alike. But there are trends that we see. Okay, so some are helpers, some not so much. And there's limited space. Like it's a very competitive area, our gut is. And if one gets weakened, that allows another to take over that apartment there, that space. So the good guys are Akkermansia and Bifidobacterium. And I'm going to slaughter these, and I'm so sorry. So people with obesity have lower diversity. They don't have as much amount of species of bacteria and fungi. They tend to have lower Akkermansia and Bifidobacterium. Okay? And the Akkermansia and Bifidobacterium, they're associated with leanness, with the gut barrier integrity. So it keeps the lining of your gut, it keeps toxins from leaking out into your body and causing inflammation. And thereby they're associated with reduced inflammation. On the other side, there's vermiculites, and there is Enterobacteriaceae. Sorry, I had to look at my notes for that one. No, I don't know how to say it. Anyway, not a good guy. And those are more associated with people with obesity, and they are associated with increased fat storage. Fascinating enough, I think people with IBS have the reduced, or the flip side of that. They have reduced vermiculites and too much bacteriocytes. But, I mean, is a less diverse microbiome because of obesity? Or is it the cause of it? Is it the chicken or the egg? I don't know. But I think there was one or a couple people. This lady needed a stool transplant. So a lot of people, they get C. diff. Like you can take stool from a healthy person and put it into the sick person, and that can help repopulate and treat C. diff. And so they took stool from somebody with obesity and put it into somebody with a lean body mass, and that person gained weight who had the lean body mass. Now, I'm not saying that it was the cause. It could have been the trauma causing chronic stress, things like that. But it is fascinating that that's possible. Now, with rats, we can definitely influence your microbiome and therefore obesity, which is fascinating. Doesn't seem as easy with humans. So there's that. So how does this dysbiosis, and that's what it's called whenever your bacteria gets out of harmony, it can happen particularly after antibiotics. You can get this dysbiosis, which causes all sorts of havoc. And it takes a very long time to get that back into biosis. But it's a medical term for gut imbalance. So it can increase inflammation by disrupting that gut barrier. And your gut has a barrier, and if it's leaky, if you've heard of leaky gut, it allows toxins to go into your bloodstream from your gut, which increases inflammation. So it can increase energy extraction from food. So a person with obesity who eats an apple will get more calories, more energy from that apple than a lean person eating that same apple, because their gut bacteria is thrown off and there's like hyper energy extraction going on, and which pulls more calories out of the same meal and uses it in a different way. It increases fat storage, and it can cause you to be hungrier more often. It can increase these hormones, the ghrelins, the insulin, the GLPs. Your gut bacteria can increase these hormones and how they're affected, which is cool. So your gut-brain axis, your gut talks to your brain through the vagal nerve, and people have had the vagal nerve cut, like lose weight, right? Anyway, so 70% of the conversation is going from your gut to your brain. Only 30% is like going from your brain to your gut. So these dudes are talking, and they're extremely important. And if you really want to go into it, my very good friend of mine, Gavin Crombie, he wrote a book, Gut Feelings, Your Microbiota's Massive Impact on Both Physical and Mental Health. And he really goes into the mental health part of this because he had personal experience with it. But if you want to go through each bacteria, man, go read that book. You can get it on Amazon. I think it's free on Kindle Reader if you have that subscription, Kindle, whatever. You could read it for free. It's very, very interesting. I have the book. I love it. Gavin's a very, very extremely intelligent man, so is worth a read if you're interested in this. So what you can do about it? There's no one size fit all, and there's some debate about whether you can actually influence this or not. I think you can. But you're going to have to be diligent. So there's something called prebiotics. Now, prebiotics is fiber. It feeds your gut bacteria, okay? The good bacteria. So good sources are like chicory root. A lot of inulin you see whenever they say prebiotics in supplements or protein drinks, that's that chicory root inulin. It's chicory root. It's fiber. Onions, garlics, green bananas, asparagus, Jerusalem artichokes. These all have this really good source of inulin or prebiotics. Fiber. Eat your fiber. Okay? Fiber-rich foods. Your grains are very, very fiber-rich. Okay? Your grains, your beans, your legumes, fruits, vegetables. A diverse diet. Okay, 25 to 30 grams a day. You really want fiber. Fermented foods. Let's go into probiotics. These are your good bacteria, your lactobacillus, your bifidobacterium, your Akkermansia municipalio. They may support weight loss by reducing inflammation and enhancing satiation, influencing these ghrelins and leptins hormones. Really good source of this stuff is fermented foods, your sauerkrauts, your yogurts, your kimchis. What else is there? Kefirs. These fermented foods. Miso soup is so good. These are all natural ways to influence your bacteria, and you should eat a variety of these fermented foods. Okay? There is one supplement I really like. It is a BPC 157 complex, and a BPC is like a gut healing, especially if you take it orally. It could really help your gut lining, and it has Akkermansia municipalea in it. That's why I really like it. Stupid expensive. You take it for 3 months, and if you're taking a probiotic constantly and you're not feeding that probiotic with fiber, you're pooping money out. You're eating money and you're pooping it out because it's not doing you any good. That's like just constantly throwing seeds out in your garden and not expecting it to grow, not giving it soil or water or anything. You have to grow your bacteria. They're living things. You can't just take a living thing and expect it to work. you should take it a couple times and then start feeding it, start growing it. Okay? Fiber. You have to eat fiber. I'm sorry, carnivore diet people. Fiber is essential for your gut. You may be able to shift it. You can shift it. Whenever I started losing weight, I really focused on changing my gut bacteria. I ate a lot of food. I ate whole food, plant-based, and I really focused on fiber because I really geeked out on that. And that's, I think, one of the things I had was so much success doing was I never treated weight loss as, I just need a jump start. And once I lose weight, I was like, this is my chance. This is happening. I'm doing every single thing I can. And I really focused on strength training and my gut bacteria. I really focused on my gut bacteria. And so fiber. Eat a lot of fiber.